Hey, what's up guys, it's Nick2. Today I'm going to be showing you guys an absolutely broken farm that exists in the game right now. It's kind of cheesy. I wouldn't really call it an exploit, but I imagine that it will get fixed pretty soon here, so I'd highly recommend taking advantage of it while it does exist within the game. With this farm, you'll be able to get these 2 legendary chests over and over and over again every 45 seconds to a minute or so. This will allow you to get not only hundreds of legendary shards per hour, as well as a bunch of weapon crafting materials and enhancement cores, but most importantly, it will let you get to throne rank 30 very quickly, and that's particularly good because when you go to Fynch over here, I've only done this for like 5 to 10 minutes because I kind of wanted to get this video out right before it, in case it does end up getting patched. I wanted to get this video out, so I've only done it for like 5-10 minutes and got to rank 18. But once you get to rank 30, every Throne World engram that you get is going to give an additional weapon, and it's going to give extra resin alloys, which is going to be very good. But you also want to get to rank 15 in the first place and stuff so that you can unlock the replayable legendary mission so that you can get more Ascendant alloy. But in order to actually be able to do this, you need to get to rank 15 with Fynch first, because this does require the Deep Sight upgrade tier 3. Getting rank 15 without having this farm available is a little bit time consuming. It takes probably about 2 to 3 hours if you're pretty efficient. I'm going to talk about some of the ways that you can farm very quickly to get this up, but I'd highly recommend doing this prior to them patching it. But if you're already rank 15 or you just want to see the farm, I'll have it timestamped down below, so just skip further ahead into the video. So there's a ton of different ways to get Throne World rank. Pretty much anything that you do in the Throne World is going to give you additional rank, meaning bounties, picking up any resources, doing lost sectors, doing public events, killing high value targets. Pretty much all those things, doing patrols as well, are going to give you Throne World rank. However, doing some things such as just like farming, public events over and over again is going to be a bit slower than doing other things, and that's pretty much what I'm going to talk about, is just the fastest way to do it. So ideally, if you can get a group of 3 people, I'm going to show you guys a solo method and a group method. If you get in a group of 3 people, what you want to do is just farm the patrols, because the progress is shared regardless of where you are on the map. So you can get 3 people in a group, pick up a patrol, all of you guys can just kill enemies, whatever, do bounties while you're doing the patrol. Do public events while you're doing the patrol, have one guy in a lost sector, whatever, kill all the enemies, and then boom, the next guy picks up another patrol, and everybody just constantly is getting 40 Throne World rank, as well as constantly doing bounties and anything else that's happening in the map. What I found was the best way to do it was to just have one guy on the top of the map constantly ready to pick up another patrol while just killing enemies, and then the other 2 guys can be in a lost sector or on one side of the map where you're killing hive. Because there's not a lot of hive and you often get hive patrols. That's probably the fastest way to do it. And while you're doing that, just make sure that you have bounties that you picked up, because you can complete those, and those are going to give you 20 Throne World rank per completion, and you can just constantly get those back to back to back. I'd also highly recommend putting on the Loot Seeker mod so that you can see caches, or so that you can see resources. I was doing resources, my friends was doing caches. I think the resources is a little bit better because those are more frequent throughout the map. But put that on, do all the bounties, do the patrols, and you'll farm out the XP in about 2 to 3 hours. A solo method, which I found, is if you go to this lost sector on the top left of the map under Miasma, the Metamorphosis lost sector, if you pick up a bunch of bounties and then you go and do this lost sector, you can do it in about 1 minute and 30 seconds, as you can see in the gameplay here. And every time that you finish the lost sector, you loot the chest and you get 70. There's also about 4 resources, 3 to 4 depending on if you get lucky, throughout the whole thing, and you can also complete bounties. So in about 3 to 4 minutes, you can get a few hundred Throne World rank, and I think this might even be faster than doing the patrols in a group. I'm not entirely sure on that. However, if you are in a group, only one person can really super benefit from this, because if all 3 of you are speedrunning this lost sector, you're not going to be getting your bounties completed, but you might be able to do the lost sector a little bit faster. I don't know. I was able to do the lost sector consistently in about 1 minute 32 minutes, and that's 70 from the chest, and then also 80 to 100 every time that you pick up some stuff. Also, outside of the Miasma area, there's often extra high value target enemies, public events spawn right there, and there's also extra caches that you can pick up. And then what I would do is I just do like 2 runs of that, and then I would turn in my bounties. I'd go back up to Fynch, I'd pick up more bounties, and then if I got the bounty that has me complete a public event, I would just dismantle that one and then get another one, because all the other ones are just like get grenade kills, get kills with your main weapon, get orbs of power or whatever, and I would just constantly be able to complete those pretty much every 2 lost sector runs. So that's what I would recommend doing. All the other lost sectors take way longer than this one does. This one you can do, like I said, in about 2 minutes, and you get 70 per. and the other lost sectors are a bit longer, but they do have way more mob density. But you could very easily hop into this lost sector while in a group of 3, and you could still have one other guy in another lost sector, and then one guy on the mainland picking up the patrols over and over again. However, the guy on the mainland isn't going to get as much XP as the people in the lost sectors would, probably because it'll be a little bit harder for them to complete the bounties. Alright, so let's just get right into the farm itself. This is pretty self-explanatory. I just want to say that I did not come up with this. I'll leave a link in the description to the guy that did find this, or at least that I saw this posted from, but I wanted to make a video about it to give it more exposure, and also I wanted to give you guys some tips on how to get to rank 15 first. Alright, so what you want to do is just come down here. You know, this is the only place that you can go, really. And then you want to get on your Sparrow, and then I'm going to speed this part up. Alright, this is the main place that you want to be, as you can see on the map here. You can take your Sparrow through this. I'm bad at driving my Sparrow, so I'm not going to take my Sparrow. But you could take your Sparrow, and then that allows you to pretty much get on it over and over again, and that makes the process slightly faster. So if you're confident in doing that, I'd recommend that. But otherwise, I'm just going to be skating with Eager Edge here. And then we want to run down here. Blah, blah, blah. Very, very fun. This is very enjoyable. Alright, so now we're over here. As you can see, there's a little deep sight thing. If you are not level 3, it's going to say requires level 3. You want to activate that. I have this little 7 Seraph shotgun that has lightweight frame that just makes me move a little faster, so I have that equipped. Then you want to get this first chest, and then I'm on Warlock, so I'm going to Heat Rises, jump up here, and then use my sword. You don't have to be on Warlock, but that certainly makes it a bit more consistent. Then you open this chest. As you can see, I just got 400 rank with Throne World in total, and I got 2 legendary weapons. They often drop as a red as well, and the red herring, you can actually get a pretty good roll with lasting impression, and I don't know what else you'd want, maybe ensemble, or I think there's one other reloading one, field prep. And then when you're done with that, obviously you don't have to dismantle those immediately, but once you looted those, then you can just run right back. If you brought your Sparrow in, you can park it right here and then just get right back on it, but like I said, I'm bad, so I didn't do that. And you want to just run up here. And then right once you're at this doorway, it's going to load you into the previous zone, kind of like a lost sector. And then when you come back, the deep sight resonance, or not deep sight resonance, the little reveal-y thingy is going to be here again, and then you just do this endlessly. So that's pretty much it. You can clearly do this on every character. It might be, probably would be hardest on Hunter. I'm not entirely sure. I recommend just doing it on a Warlock because you have 100 discipline, and then you just throw on this grenade, firebolt grenade. You can pretty much have your Heat Rises every single time that you come over here, and then that's just going to make it really easy. And then Icarus Dash and skating just makes it a little bit faster. Then like I said, I have a 7 Seraph lightweight frame shotgun that'll just make me move a little bit faster, which I neglect to swap to about 90% of the time, but whatever. And I'm just going to do it one more time just for the sake of showing you guys. Oh, one thing, if you run out of sword ammo, so I am using Eager Edge sword, obviously. If you run out of sword ammo, which will inevitably happen, what you can do is you can just go to orbit and then come right back. Or alternatively, once you're done picking this up, there's a few guys over there, so you could put some like sword ammo finder mods on. Or there's also, once you're up there, you can go all the way around. I guess I can show you guys that real quick. There's some mobs all the way around, and you can kill those guys, but I killed them a few times, and I didn't get any sword ammo to drop when I did run out of sword ammo, which was a bit annoying. You could probably do this with just Icarus Dash without having to use a sword, but I mean, if you're going to be here for a while, it's probably worth it to just consistently have sword ammo, because that's just going to make it significantly faster, right? But if you go around here, you can see there's some dudes here, and I just killed them with Huckleberry. See there, I got sword ammo, now I have 44. I'd also recommend putting on some sword ammo reserve mods, but that's pretty much it for the farm. You could do this for probably 5 hours and get thousands of legendary shards and just get an immense amount of red weapons. What's really great is that these are heavies, which, like I explained in one of my previous videos, heavies are the fastest way to farm the attunement if you aren't just like equipping it and finishing an activity immediately. But also you can get a really good one of these, which is definitely worth using because it's Void. And Void with Font of Might and all the other stuff right now is particularly good, and you can get a pretty decent roll of it. What frame is it? Oh, it's also adaptive, which is going to be the highest DPS frame that you can get. And as you can see, I'm just going to dismantle some of these. You also get this pistol over and over again, which I don't really care about. But hey, pretty good gunsmith rank and legendary shards. And every once in a while, when you disable or when you dismantle some of these things, you get some enhancement cores. That's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.